So how is that whole parent-teacher combo thing going for you? Pulling your hair out yet? Boy, it's been crazy at our house. I'm sure it has been at yours, but maybe you need a little help. Maybe you need to reinforce your lesson plans, and maybe bringing a little fun into your homework will help with that. So we brought in the toy guy to help us here this morning. Chris Byrne joining us with his favorite educational toys. Chris, it's just been chaos at my house. Kindergartner, second grader, third grader, distance learning, computers, laptops, things all over the place. And maybe we need a little break from that, and you've got some ideas for us.
I do. We've been calling parents accidental educators. They didn't sign up for this. They're a little over their head, but we've got some toys that can help. You know, one of the things you want to make sure you do is complement that screen time with physical play. This is one thing. This is from Leapfrog. It's called the Leapfrog Preschool Success. You open it up, and it's got a book and a stylus.
Oh, cool.
And you can actually go through different levels. It's very, very self-directed for kids, which is something that's great. And, you know, one of the things that as long as they're engaged, they're going to spend more time doing it. The other thing you can't get on a screen is manipulative play. And there's a really cool company called EDX. And they have these really great sets. We've got geometry. And the reason I'm holding this up is because we've got different pieces that they can play with, and that they can see that that square is about half the triangle.
Yeah,
so
little
it
Tetris
really
action.
does reinforce the learning and reinforce it kinesthetically or experientially, so it gets in their bodies.
Cool. You sent me a couple toys too. These are kind of neat. This is the upside down glasses. I'm not putting them totally on, but I mean, this is kind of
put these on.
How does this work?
This turns everything upside down. Now, this is really good for social play. It's great for skills. You can actually be on video with other people because it looks hysterical to watch somebody try to do this stuff because everything's upside down. It's just, it's very, very funny. It's hugely popular. There's all kinds of different play experiences you can download online with it as well.
I'm trying to read the teleprompter backwards with these on, and I don't think that's going to work so well. I do like this idea. This one looks like a lot of fun because we all know kids love pizza, and if you can do a board game with pizza, that's going to bring them right to the table. The Pizza Party Throwdown.
Pizza Party Throwdown. It's from Hog Wild, and essentially you've got a pizza. It's on a base. You wind up the base, and there's a timer. And you've got this little guy, and he has to throw the pieces on the pizza before the timer runs out. So it's really, again, social play. It's kind of cooperative, kind of competitive. So it's really good for getting that energy out as kids are playing, and they feel pent up as they're watching the screen all day long.
I was going to say, what is the educational value of that? But you're right. There's some competition. There's working with others. You're right. There are some values there when it comes to education. And sometimes, honestly, isn't just like a little bit of a stress reliever for the kids, because this is confusing to them. Isn't that like beneficial to them too?
Well, you know, I've been saying while we're at home learning, don't forget recess. Recess is there for a very important reason, to get the kids moving around and get those chemicals, endorphins moving in the body that actually help them concentrate later on. Kids can only concentrate for about 5 minutes per chronological year. So you've got a 5-year-old, they can focus for about 25 minutes, right? And then they need to get up and run around.
Okay, my kid is going to love if I tell him that I got him the Hyper Strike bow and arrow as an educational toy. He's going to be like, "Oh, sure, that's educational, Dad."
Well, you know, this is from Zing, and what's great about it's got the arrows. You can see the little hooks on there. You hook the hooks in. You know, I'm not going to do this in my apartment because it goes 250 feet and whistles. But again, it's getting that gross motor engagement, getting kids playing. It really does help them when they have to buckle down and study.
You're right, because a lot of lessons are learned out on the playground, those gross motor skills, some competition, socializing with your friends, teaming up against another team. I mean, right? I mean, because we're missing out on those things if you don't have some of that time.
Right, and especially the social emotional stuff that's going on right now. Kids go to school to be with their peers, so you've got to find ways, whether it's virtual or with siblings, to get those complementary experiences.
Yeah, and you're right. And sometimes really it's just the parents are like, hey, take this, go outside, have some fun with your brother and sister. I need a break. I need to set up the next round of Zoom classes. I need to cook I need to make lunch. I mean, it can offer a little bit of a break too.
Yeah, exactly. Got time for one more?
Okay, yeah, let's see it.
This one thing. This is called Gridopolis, and it's a game, and you actually build and design it with 7 different pieces. And we've got this on the toyguy.com site. because essentially you're learning spatial relationships, sequencing, all the basics of coding in a fun game. Plus, there's also ways that you can invent your own games. And I think that's really an immersive experience for kids as well.
TheToyGuy.com, that's where we can find you. Thanks for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. I like that how you brought up that last one about STEM, because that's so important to our kids' education here too.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric. Have a great day.
Chris Byrne, appreciate your time. Thanks for walking us through that. Stella, a good little, breaking the ice, or a good option for the kids if they're feeling a little stressed or overworked.